Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians tried to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe has become further divided. While Shadow Nemesis was being charmed by the demoness Lucretia, Tyler and Dell noticed that they always seemed to need something to fight against, otherwise they devolve into petty infighting. And New Rogue taught the Dr. Deputy to channel prayer into magic before the squire revealed he'd in fact been praying to the god of death, and they too began fighting. Shadow Nemesis ignored Dell's pleas to stay, left with Lucretia to picnic in the ethereal plane, and agreed to raise evil children with her, while his own squire was unknowingly on the brink of death. Can Tyler save the Dr. Deputy's life? I doubt it.
So you guys are inside Protection Town, where you have been hanging out for a day with the robot and Arthur looking after you. Over the course of this previous few hours, the party turned against itself. New Rogue tried to train the Dr. Deputy in the arts of being a cleric of Ezra, which Shadow Nemesis was infuriated by and stormed out, unfortunately, due to the interference of the majestic mists. Dell accidentally shoved Shadow Nemesis out a window, who took it really hard. So in the previous episode, Shadow Nemesis met the succubus Lucretia Sanguine, who charmed him and then gave him the choice of whether or not he wanted to pursue a romance with her in the fastest Baldur's Gate 3 style romance ever, where he ate a lot of brains. The rest of the party, meanwhile, were dealing with observing Shadow Nemesis, and then New Rogue trying to teach these clerikish lessons to Dr. Deputy. The lessons were successful. Some of the magic was usable by the Dr. Deputy in the short term, but eventually it led to conflict between New Rogue and his new convert, because Dr. Deputy claimed to have been secretly praying to death the whole time. There was a childlike fight over whether or not he had been given a religious symbol or not, and then New Rogue accidentally, while reclaiming his symbol, used his deadly hands to kill Dr. Deputy. New Rogue was unable to save Dr. Deputy because he was a construct, so Tyler sent him to go follow Dell to try to help Shadow Nemesis with the demon. Meanwhile, Tyler tried to pour a potion over the doll body, which did not work, and Dr. Deputy, while dying, told him he would need to needle something. He was aware that there's the possibility of rats. He was looking for a Tom and Jerry style mouse hole with a whole little entrance that says hello and like a welcome mat. We will find out this episode whether or not that roll to find that was successful. Meanwhile, Dell made it to the rooftop where Shadow Nemesis was, but could not successfully prevent him from leaving for the ethereal plane with the succubus Lucretia, where they had a brief discussion over a brain picnic before Shadow Nemesis decided that, yes, he would like to father demon children. Mystically was placed into his dream sexy BDSM harness, and then we faded to black. You all know what happens enough. We don't have to do that. And that was where we left off last episode.
Makes sense to me.
Yep.
Do I have to roll anything? Like
for boning?
Yeah, like I don't know. What do I mean,
we'll find out. We'll find out in a second. I think it's time for us to answer all of these questions as we return to Ravenloft. The sun rises in the distance on a new morning in Ravenloft. Tyler, we do need to know the result of this animal handling roll.
That was, for animal handling, an 18 on the die plus 2 for a dirty 20.
Whoa. A dirty 20. Yeah. Tyler, inside the Chateau Nemesis, you hold the broken body of a doll and a very pissed off rat. Inside that rat, because of the swift needling that you had taken place, the Dr. Deputy you now know lives. And you see your fellows returning, New Rogue and Dell. After Shadow Nemesis disappeared, how have you spent the night?
Those two, asking them how they spent
I'm
the
asking
night?
them because they're coming back to you, yeah.
I definitely would just try and find anything out. I'd probably try and talk to ghosts, although it doesn't seem like there's much around here. Just trying to investigate or figure out where he went or what happened.
Great. In the way of speaking to ghosts, do you have a specific spell that you would be using? Like, what's the mechanical aspect of this?
I don't know that I really have one because mostly the ghosts are just around me and they mostly only talk to me when I roll a 1. So it's more of just there is no mechanical specific thing. I'm just trying.
Why don't you roll to see what story the ghosts could tell you?
I can
see if
that.
it happens to intersect with what's happening. We'll see how their information is.
That sounds great. All right. So I'll ask the ghost to tell me a story, see if I can figure out what happened to Shadow Nemesis. Okay, so, I mean, this might help me a little bit. It's the tale of the traveler that the ghosts tell me. Ooh. Which is sort of feels like I'm looking for that.
Yeah, what does that give you in terms of the mechanics?
Yep, and so that gives me temporary hit points, and as long as I have the temporary hit points, I walk 10 feet faster, and I get a +1 to my AC. So I'm actually walking faster. So if anything, I'm walking around looking for him.
You can really walk when you're looking for a friend in a panic. And Werner Herzog appears to you and he's like, all right, so there's this story that I'm sure you're very interested in. It's the story of this this traveler who walks between the realms, you know, mistwalkers and things like that.
Yeah.
There's also, you know, different planes that they walk on, like planeswalkers, like Ravnica, things like those kind of things, you know.
Planeswalkers. I've not heard of that. Just mistwalkers.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of different planes. So there's like, you know, the material plane that we live on here. And then can you roll me an Arcana?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh,
+3, so 23.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of the ghosts are really focused on the planes. So there's like the material plane, that's like what we are here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get it, brace yourselves. Then there's also like the ethereal plane. That's where, you know, your friend Shadow Nemesis is boning the demon.
Oh,
and then
you know where he is?
Yeah, he's in the ethereal plane. That's what shut up, I know. I told her that was what was happening. You don't need to make a thing. So yeah, he's on the ethereal plane doing that. And then there's, you know, the astral plane. There's a bunch of other planes that take you to different dimensions is probably the term that you would understand from human media.
Yeah, so like layers of
the
exactly.
World.
Yeah, like in Photoshop.
What?
No, sorry, it's art stuff. Please continue.
No, that was kind of it. I've got to go. Bye. He's gone.
All right. Then at least I'm coming back with information.
Yep. New Rogue, how are you spending your night?
I'm going back then. Like Adam's gone, so I'm going to go back and check on Dr. Deputy, see what the fuss is about that. I feel bad.
Yep. So you've rejoined Tyler. So you're inside the cottage, Shadow Nemesis, the Crypt Keeper's cottage, where the Dr. Deputy is now inside a rat. What does this rat look like, New Rogue?
Well, I would like to. It's kind of like I know it's very hard because I can't use references to relate this, but
I mean, you could use Mad About You. You could use several episodes of The Simpsons. You're aware of Austin Powers, like you're aware of the movie A Christmas Story.
I'm actually just going to say I can't point it to something, but like it's basically. It's predominantly a brown rat, but it has like a flash of like a shock rather of white hair on the top, you know, like going down kind of like a little mohawk. So it's a pretty cool looking badass rat, actually, kind of like if an 80s punk was a rat, this is this rat right now.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So that is the rat that you find yourself facing, realizing that is the Dr. Deputy while his doll body is out of action.
And Tyler, you're saying that the doll body couldn't be saved and you transported it into this really cool looking rat?
The rat was just a lucky thing. I needed to find a body, right, to put him in, and so...
How you doing, Dr. Deputy? Are you feeling good? Oh no, he can't talk. Oh no.
Can you both roll me an insight?
Oh boy. That's a total of 4.
9.
He sure is a rat.
Yeah.
Wait, can I use a point of inspiration?
Sure.
Come on. No, think better.
You do have a point of perspiration, though, so you are going to need to roll me a d6.
Fuck. Right, I have to use the d6 first. Okay. Good to know. Come on, think better. What would a rat really be saying? Well, it's a 2.
All right, so 9 or worse. Can you roll me another die, just in case it's a 1? I'd love to know.
A d20?
D20.
It's a 20.
Well, that one doesn't count. So he sure is a rat.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Dr. Deputy, that I accidentally touched you when I was taking back my holy medallion, and that your body died and you've been transported to a rat. I'm really bad at this. You deserve better. I'm sorry. Worship death all you want. I'm just sorry.
Hold on. Two things. I'm gonna conjure up Ivan. I can summon my familiar in different kind of forms. I'm going to bring him back as a rat, and hopefully he can just maybe translate for us. I speak to him telepathically, but as far as I know, he would just speak rat. So maybe we can get something figured out that way. Point number 2. Well, thank you. I've been here all night thinking on this, I guess. Point number 2, one thing I was thinking about is, I don't think it all went as badly as you think, because he's got the needle. He has the needle, right? Is that
technically at this point? So he's a rat, which means you would have used the needle to poke the rat with it. So he is in the rat body, and the doll body is broken. You've got the needle,
but the needle was his.
When you say was his, I just want to make sure I understand. It was the one that was holding his sash that connected him to that doll body.
Okay. Perfect. That's all I wanted to know, because he had the needle on his person.
Yes, that was his
little
needle.
Doll form. Yes. Okay. Because that's important for this next part of he was barely hanging in there. The potion wasn't working. He said something, and I brought him up to my ear, which I thought was stupid afterwards, because he could have just stuck me then and there and gotten a fresh body, but he didn't. He didn't attack me, the only body in the room. He pleaded with me to find him a body. So I don't know, maybe something's happening there.
He made a good choice.
Yeah. He asked me to do it for him. So anyway,
you're doing good, Dr. Deputy. You're doing good. By the way, Tyler,
what?
I'm a little cold. Could I have my cape back, by the way?
I think Dell.
No, you are wearing the cape. It is currently a kilt for you, Tyler, because you do not have pants. Dell is wearing your previous pants.
Yeah, sure. And I'll just take it off. I'll just be in my briefs inside the shack. Yeah.
Wait. It's a kilt. It's what you said, a kilt?
Yes, he had worn it around his waist like a kilt.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. You're not cold at all?
It's getting a little chilly. I'll have to figure something out.
I was gonna say, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah. Con save. I am the best and strongest with a +0 to con, so that's a 13.
13, you're doing okay. It's not that cold here. This is a nice valley, and you are in pretty well insulated buildings.
Yeah, I'll draw the billowing cloak of protective convenience kind of around me.
Yep. And as the sun rises, Dell starts to return towards you. Shadow Nemesis, you have finished your illicit congress in the ethereal plane.
Ooh.
What stat do you think you would use for lovemaking if you had to choose?
I'm going to roll a 1.
Would this be athletics? Are you trying to be impressive with your strength? Is this acrobatics? Are you dexterous?
Animal handling? I don't know. Sleight of hand, stealth, deception? I don't know.
History.
I was going to say, I think we might have to settle for performance.
Performance? Oh, that's a +5. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Performance, buddy.
I'll roll my evil lovemaking die. Let's see. It's a nat 20. That's a nat 20, 25. Oh, no!
This was everything you've ever wanted or dreamed of. This night checked off every fantasy that's ever been on your bucket list, even things you were not aware you would have wanted to try. Tonight you tried it all, and you were a superstar. It went perfectly. You gave pleasure, you received pleasure. Just checked every box. A superhuman sexual effort was made. Just an incredible experience, and you find yourself staggering out of the ethereal plane back to reality.
Oh yeah.
Completely spent. To the point where the mists swirl up around you and give you 2 points of perspiration.
Oh my God.
What?
You were so exhausted from having left it all on the field, you know? There's no energy left. And you find yourself in your armor, staggering back towards your friends. Can you roll me a Constitution save? And Del, can you roll me a Constitution save?
Constitution. Okay.
Mine's 13.
Oh, well, that's a total of 4.
All right, Del, you arrive back at Chateau Nemesis and find Tyler, New Rogue, a rat, and a dead-looking doll body. And I think, Tyler, you said you wanted to resummon Ivan?
Yeah, I'd be working on that. Yeah.
Great. So I will say you just have finished resummoning Ivan at the moment Del returns.
All right. He's a rat this time, conjured into my hands, kind of worrying the magic together, and then he takes form.
Does he have constellation fur as a rat? Is there something that carries over in terms of his overall your vibe?
He's still a celestial, so we won't do a constellation this time. We'll just there's discoloration. He's a brown furred rat, but on his butt there's just a big white star, and his tail sticks out of it. A big 5-pointed star on his butt. Yeah. So Del, you re-enter just as this small celestial rat comes to life and fades into existence.
Oh, yeah, I burst in. Oh, Tyler, the ghosts were telling me about other dimensions, and Shadow Nemesis is in the ethereal plane boning a demon lady. That's what I figured it out. Werner Herzog told me so.
That's a lot.
What's with the rats?
This is Ivan. That is Dr. Deputy.
Ivan's a bat?
Ivan is a familiar, as I understand it, a magical creature that can take a bunch of different forms. And right now we need a rat translator because Dr. Deputy's body formerly is that. And I just point to like a desiccated toy.
What happened?
He got in the way of my fists.
Oh,
New Rogue picked him
many
up.
hugs?
Yeah. So I couldn't save him. Magic wasn't working on him. So we did the body switcheroo with his needle. Found a rat, put him in a rat. He squeaks now. We can't talk to him. So Ivan, New Rogue, or Ivan, Dr. Deputy.
And that's when Shadow Nemesis staggers in through the door to Shadow Nemesis.
I kind of hold on to the frame and like spin in, and I'm just like, oh, good morning, everyone. Oh, did you all have a great night like what I just had? Oh,
No.
Welcome back. How is Demon Lady?
How was the demon lady? Oh my! Well, I never kiss and tell, but let's just say it was a nat 20. Let's call it that.
I don't know what that
I don't know
means.
what that is.
I don't know what that means either, but it's like a 20 out of 20.
Oh, okay.
A 25 out of 20, technically, if we want to get like real specific.
I don't know what that means. I
Oh
don't
my
wanna...
God.
Shadow Nemesis.
Welcome back.
I learned so much. What the hell is that sound? Oh my God, there's rats in here.
I think I should be the one to tell you this.
There's nothing you could tell me that could put me in a bad mood. I am so happy right now. I am the happiest I've ever been.
I killed Dr. Deputy and his body was transported into that of a rat and now he can't speak.
And then like kind of like I get like little like red dots in my eyes and they're like little tiny beads, and then they they grow wider and wider, and steam starts to just come out of my helmet and my armor that's on backwards because I had a crazy night. And I just grow, and I'm like, I start to grow. I don't grow all the way. I just kind of like start pulsating, and I'm just like, what did you just say to me?
Ezra wouldn't take, and then we got in a tussle, and then he ran into my hands, and now he can't speak because he's a rat, and his doll body's just a doll body.
It was an accident.
Okay. Can you roll me a deception?
Oh, okay.
Because you described the event in a very favorable to you sort of way.
Well, that's a 1. Oh wait, no. With my modifier,
It does not matter about the modifier if you roll a 1, baby. Shadow Nemesis, you don't have to roll. He's full of shit. He definitely picked a fight with your little friend. You can look over and just see the rat pointing with one hand at him, and then just like pretending to choke itself, and then acting out dying.
Okay, I want to put my hand out and see if the rat will come to my hand.
Yeah, the rat runs over and jumps into your hand.
Okay, I pick him up, and I put the rat on my hand, on my shoulder, and I just look at New Rogue, and I punch him as hard as I can in the face.
Can you roll me an attack? It'll be unarmed, so it'll
plus,
bonus will
+4, I guess.
There we
Can
go.
I block though, like because I still have instincts?
This will be represented by your AC, so it's your ability to dodge or prevent it with armor will be in there.
It's in that 20.
I would like
swear
to
to
cast,
God, I swear to God, that's in that 20. I'm not making this up.
as a reaction, I would like to cast Silvery Barbs.
Okay, that gives you disadvantage, so you have to roll again, Shadow.
Oh,
I have to roll and take the lower result.
oh, come on. All right, well, total of 9.
You take a swing, and
I also, as a spell, I also give advantage to someone else. And I'm going to give it to Dell as like the adult in the room. So Dell, your next roll has advantage.
Oh my God, thank you.
Shadow Nemesis, you take a swing, but New Rogue, you do see this coming from a mile away, so you just lean back and he misses and whiffs it completely.
I'm so sorry. I know I'm as angry at myself as you are at me. So please.
I'm embarrassed that I missed, and I'll pat Dr. Deputy, and I just look at New Rogue like, you touch him again, and I swear to everything evil and unholy, I will slice you in half and eat everything I find, every disgusting morsel that is your twisted Ezra soul.
And that's when you hear a knock on the door. That's you're like, hello?
Come in.
Everybody in there.
Sure. Hi. I'll open the door.
Denton Arthur's outside, and he's like, I got a bunch of stuff for you that I think you'd be pretty excited about. How'd you guys sleep? I mean, I had like the robot body ready for the doll last night, but I didn't want to push through because I wasn't sure exactly what you folks would be up to.
Thanks.
I don't think any of us slept. Did anyone sleep?
I slept. Eventually.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It means what you think it means, but please go on.
All right. Well, I got. All right. The vibe in here seems weird, but I'm just gonna roll forward with all this. So,
please.
All righty. Dale, I got this here finger for you. And he steps forwards, and Denton Arthur straps on a glove. It's got a little bit of a separation at the center of the palm because it's got a grip around both sides and wrap around the wrist underneath. But the grip, along with a couple of little finger coils that wrap up so it can track how the hand is moving, adds a ring finger for you that is made of beautiful filigreed silver. Ooh. You can see the pieces moving, and as you move your hand, it actually just moves instinctively to match the positions of the other fingers.
Wow, that is so cool. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. This is changing the mood of the morning. Thank you.
Oh, well, any way I can help a collection of my fellow heroes. All right, and then I've got this robot outside that we could put the doll inside. It's got the turbine flyer. It's got the rifle. It's got a little bit of everything.
I'll field this one, gang. So it looks like while we were all asleep and having fun, that these guys killed our friend and put his soul in this rat, so he can't pilot his fun robot anymore.
Well, I mean, he could probably do it, just not very well as a rat. Or what's going on with the doll?
Uncle Juice used his hands wrong on the doll, and now I'm Uncle Touch because it screwed up everything.
Uncle Touch.
Oh no!
Look, I'm mad at you right now, but please don't call yourself Uncle Touch. Just that's.
Are you telling me you didn't just do that on purpose? That's crazy.
Don't call yourself Uncle Touch.
That's absolutely wild.
Oh fuck!
Somehow what you said left me with less context than I had before we started.
All
right,
do you have the doll body over there, Tyler?
That doll body is, I think, toast.
Well,
I have
a
doll body and a needle on my person. I have one. I picked that up.
All right, so he could switch back and forth between that doll body and the rat.
He could. We could see what he thinks of that plan. I've got a little rat translator here. Ivan, are you able to ask Dr. Deputy if he prefers rat body or doll body?
Yeah, man, I don't think he wants to be a rat. He just keeps yelling about not being understood, and I think he's just threatening to kill everybody. Rat's not like his super clear language, man. Like, I'm not 100%.
Can you take a shot at just asking him right now, does he want to be back in the doll body?
Sure, just a second.
I'll just bring the rat over to Adam, to Shadow Nemesis.
Then the other rat responds.
Put him on my shoulder.
I hate how cute this is.
Yeah, man, he doesn't want to be a rat, I don't think.
All right, then he gets a doll body again, a new one.
Why don't you ask him if he wants a doll body?
We just did.
What? Oh. Well, he's
asked him if he wanted a doll body. He said he doesn't want a rat body.
Wait, I thought
he wants a doll body.
We gave him those two options, man. Did you want to give him like a third one?
Well, why don't you ask him?
No, you can't hear that character. That's just a question Tyler could hear because it's his noise.
Yeah, and I'll say, all right, Ivan's asking if we should offer a third option. We don't have any other bodies for this guy to go into.
Why doesn't he
doll
just
or rat?
Can you ask him, hey, just stay put. We'll put you in the robot body, and then when we find a cool body, then you can have that body?
I mean, it's not really a question that your friend suggested, but I'll make the statement.
Okay, statement.
Sure, yeah. And does he just, as a rat, understand what we're saying and we just can't understand him?
Oh, yeah, man, that's kind of the deal.
Okay, so he already knows the question being asked. What does he think, Ivan?
Oh, yeah. We'll run a quick ad right here.
Parsing. Ivan.
So there is almost a full 60 seconds of furious chittering from the rat that is Dr. Deputy. And then Ivan turns back to Tyler and says, yeah, man, he wants to go back to the doll body. And then he thinks because Neuro killed him that he should get Neuro's body.
Oh, I like that.
Tyler has to say that to the rest of the room. You can't hear Ivan.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, he'll have a mouth to speak soon enough. So I'll say, yeah, he's good with the doll body. We can move forward with doll body plan. New Rogue, you should step back though. And
Okay.
He's mad at you. He's like super fucking mad at you.
And you hear him chitter a little bit more, and then Ivan goes, "Oh yeah, man, we should repair that doll body before we just put him back in it, because that's sort of like sending him back into a corpse. Because there should be a rat spirit in there right now, and it ain't doing nothing."
Well, I got this fresh doll body with my own needle, so that's what I was going to use. I picked that up at the cottage ages ago.
So you're gonna just needle him back into the other body, says Denmark.
Into this fresh one, yeah.
Okay, I guess I don't really know how this works either.
Yeah, I know that this is paired to this doll, so here we go. I did it before with the rats, so all right, here comes the airplane, and I just bring the needle over to Dr. Deputy, and I give him a little prick with the needle.
And the moment you do that, the rat dies.
Oh, it had a mohawk.
So there's a dead rat on my shoulder.
And I'll put the needle back into my pocket. But I hold the doll. And I seem to recall that sometimes it can take a while to wake up. We woke up in a box. We didn't wake up on the floor at our feet as we instantly changed bodies with these things. And so I say, we got to wait a little bit, I think, usually. We'll see how quickly he comes around here. But here, I guess, he's pretty mad at New Rogue. So I guess, Shadow Nemesis, you better hang on to him then.
Yeah, I better.
Hand the doll to him and I'll take Ivan back. I've got my rat. You've got your doll.
Do I notice that he doesn't have his needle?
It's just a doll. There's no needle. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'd be like, he needs his needle, Tyler.
I'm gonna hold on to the needle now.
I'm gonna need the needle so that he can have it. So he.
All right, listen. This is starting to sound like it's drifting into like a you guys have your own conflict thing going on. But I do have more stuff for you, and I do have notices from the tubes because apparently some evil versions of yourselves are doing some assaults on people of the realm.
Right.
You're here to forward the story. Oh, okay.
We need something to focus on.
I'm not here to tell you a story. I'm just here to tell you what's happening in the world, and then you're going to make your own decisions. So if you all want to step outside, you do. You see the robot on the ground laid out backwards. It's one of the turbine jet-packed with a rifle robots. Its chest is open, and you can see inside it's got a little space a la the little alien that sits in the head in Men in Black. There are just kind of like little controls and other things sized for a doll inside this robot. But more surprisingly, when you look past it, is you see your wagon, which was originally kind of a Count Dracula style black gothic spooky wagon. Only it has now been steampunked. The back half of it has been replaced with metallic structures and full kind of bolted on pieces. The whole thing is armored. And when you look now, the four corners of this wagon have all been made into a slotted turret style setup where there are heavy crossbows mounted that can be fired from within the wagon.
Whoa.
What?
So you can shoot out of the wagon if you are inside it, using it as a defensive position.
You did all this overnight?
Well, yeah, you got to work with the robots. We got to do what we got to do. It kept getting misty, so some stuff seemed to be really fueling this whole thing. I'm not entirely sure.
This is incredible. Amazing job.
And if I could direct your attention to this other street over here, and you all turn and look, and that's when you hear clopping of hooves. And stepping around the corner, hey guys, you see Rumple Foreskin, only instead of just a bone horse, Rumple Foreskin is in full combat barding. You are seeing metal armor on this bone horse in the same style as the wagon. So Rumple Foreskin is ready for combat, no longer fully vulnerable and unarmored.
Wow.
Crap.
You look amazing.
Oh, thanks. I feel all gussied up.
Oh my God, Mr. Arthur, that's so good.
Everyone, I don't think this level of generosity can go unanswered, right? Like, is there anything we can do to repay you for all of this? This is
so much.
This is wild.
I mean, just defeat Acer Sanguine. He's just a nightmare that's causing problems for all of us. If you can make that happen, you can look after the people I'm talking with, we'll see where we are at the end, but that's what I could use right now. Also, there was this package that came from out of the mists. It says for Dell on it. And he holds out a brown paper wrapped package with a little handwritten tag that says for Dell.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I guess, should I step away from everyone before I open this?
It's up to you, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, everyone stay back and make sure. I'm just gonna take a lot of steps back.
Okay.
All right, I'll just open this. See if it's a good present or a whoopsie present.
Whoopsie.
Dell, you open it up and you discover a very comfortable looking pair of underwear.
What?
Wow.
Can you roll me an Arcana with advantage?
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You recognize as you look at this underwear, and it seems it's like perfectly sized. It's exactly in a style that's comfortable for you. And as you check over its magical auras, you realize that this is a pair of unsoilable underpants of fortitude. If you are wearing this pair of underwear, you have advantage on any fear or fright-based check, and you cannot soil yourself.
Oh my mists. Okay, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna close it back up, and then I'm gonna walk around everybody. I'm like, all right, give me a minute alone in the chateau. This is a private present.
Okay, just a heads up, there are holes in the walls, big guiding bolt holes.
Don't look through the holes in the walls.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Okay?
What did she get?
I don't know.
Guess we'll find out soon, yeah.
Gonna go change.
I wasn't talking to you, new rogue. I was talking to Tyler.
Well, that's understandable.
Oof. I know it's bad when I'm the favorite, Jesus.
Yeah, Tyler, you didn't kill Dr. Deputy. I bet you put him in a rat body.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah,
I was there. I watched it happen. It was
a dumb accident, and you acted like a true hero.
Did I walk away for 5 minutes and you guys are fighting again? Stop it.
Mr.
Del,
Arthur.
you feel so much better in this underwear. It just feels like clean, supportive. You've been used to medieval times underwear while you've been here, and it has not been a pleasant experience. This is a much more modern sense, and they truly are unsoilable. Like you tried even like brushing a little dirt on them, and we're like, nope, nothing. It just comes right off. They're super clean at all times.
That's nice.
So if you like poop, where's the poop go?
Just wicks away.
Just poop wicking technology.
Like a portal? Or does it just fall out?
Whoop, just gone. Just off to the side.
Like down the pant leg?
Though. Just gone.
Wow.
I love it.
That's great.
I feel
That's all you
better.
need to picture.
Mr. Arthur's very talented.
And
Tyler, that one's not me. That one's from the Mists. I don't do specialty underwear. Yeah, that one just showed up as its own package.
Yeah. Thanks for the pants, Tyler.
Yeah, no problem. Could I get mine back? We'll clean yours, and then we'll be good.
Oh, I destroyed them.
Oh, yeah, we set fire to those. They're gone.
Oh, yeah, and your jar is still in that other house. It's all mayonnaise.
Ew, what? Why? You said water, right? I told you to say water.
I said water, and it came out mayonnaise, and there was a note in there from some guy that's like, I wish for more mayonnaise. So it was oops, all mayonnaise.
Ew, it has never done that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's gross.
I was very, it's a time.
I'm so sorry. It is all, when I've asked for water, I've always gotten water. I'm so sorry that happened at like the worst time for you. Sorry.
No,
Mr.
sorry,
Arthur.
Mr. Arthur. Anyway, what you're can you make pants?
Yeah, I'm sorry to ask yet another thing of you.
Mr.
After, oh my
Arthur
God, look at all of this.
Just realizes that Tyler is standing there in underwear and no pants, despite the fact that he's fully decked out for combat from like the waist up, and he's still in combat boots. He's like, yeah, we could probably sort out some pants for you there, son. All right, yeah, we'll get that. And he just whistles for a robot and like whispers in its ear, and the robot takes off. He's like, we'll have that taken care of for you in a second.
Man.
So I've been getting some messages from some of my fellows from around this here domain. You said you call them?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Or
all right. Well,
or something. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, it seems like shit is hitting the fan, and you might need to go a couple of places in relatively short order. We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
No.
We want to know.
And Denton Arthur looks at all of you and just says, tubes! And a pneumatic tube pops out of the ground next to him up to his chest height. As you look down, you can see it's not actually touching the grass. It's through a portal that has appeared next to him. Fun. Clearly feeding in and out of somewhere else. And he reaches into it and takes out a note, like a full letter. And he says, all right, so I've been hearing from some of the other chosen ones, one might say, who've all kind of ended up in their own little places inside this realm. And apparently some of them are having some troubles. There's in the desert march in the distance, in the knoll hole, the chosen one out in that area is Barng the Ancient. And apparently there's some two-headed villain out there that's been apparently eating all the corpses. So the gnolls, listen, sometimes you get a little bit of a various definition on what's good and what's bad, and gnolls are generally considered bad, but hey, they're not up there with Acer. Apparently this villain's name is Shadow Face is one of the head's names, and then the other one is named Poop Eater.
Poop Eater?
Yeah, it seems like Shadow Face and Poop Eater are causing a problem for all those evil gnolls, so they're all starving to death in the desert.
Oh.
So they might need your help there. And then there's also I think it's called the Barren Hills. It's a beautiful country. Normally they got the rootless evergreen floats around over those lands. It's where the fine folk live, and their hero is a Marith Glimplimmer. And apparently they've been attacked by someone named Stream Labbing Tyler, a villain with a beard. And then that villain stole the rootless evergreen. So there's a risk of that whole society just starving because they're ground fishers. They got to be up in the sky to be able to do that. So that one's pretty bad. Yeah, those are the two that I've heard back from. I haven't heard much from Volcano Village or the Ashlands, but those two seem to be the problem. So one of them is northwest and the other is northwest. I haven't had time, but I was up all night. There's also that, northeast if you're looking for what you're doing. So you got your wagon. You kind of go to one or either.
What was the name of the chosen one in the Barren Hills?
Marith Glimplimmer.
And sorry, which is distance, length, which is furthest away?
They're both at the far ends of this domain, so it's going to be a bit of a ride for you one way or the other. You're going to have to go around one side or the other of the impossible lake at the middle there with the spooky castle over it. And
okay.
It's going to be a couple days ride.
Okay.
I say we go after this steam labbing Tyler. This one sounds very, very evil.
Sounds good to me. As long as we are all working together again. God, do we need a common enemy? Jesus. Yeah.
No, that sounds great, Shadow Nemesis.
Tyler.
That's right, buddies. Tyler and Dell. That's right.
New Rogue is coming with us. We need all the help we can get. And
you forgot to mention me.
For the few days on the road, you two are going to make it.
I don't even respond to New Rogue. I just turn my back even more. That's right. That's right. Just the true members of Wind Change. As I cradle my unconscious baby doll.
We are
burp him.
Going to deal with this on the ride over.
Yeah, we should get moving, and then we'll have time to talk.
Yes, to deal with it. Correct.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, Dr. Deputy. Oh, my God. Oh, my. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm in this stupid doll instead of that stupid doll, but give me a robot.
I put him in the robot and I close the hatch and I go, rise. Rise, my robot son. Rise.
And the robot stands and begins to hover. First a foot, and then 2 feet, and then 3 feet off the ground. It just says, yeah, this is good. Death to our enemies.
Yes.
Wait, the gun doesn't work. And you just see it turn and raise its rifle jauntily and aim at a building, and just you hear clicking, furious clicking.
Hey, Denton, I don't think that gun is working properly.
Well, thank goodness, because he's aiming at a building in Protection Town, so...
Well, he's just trying it out. He's not shooting anybody.
All right, well, could you just all come over here for a second? Just not you, robot. And you see the robot turn to try to move towards him, but it can't. You just hear the Dr. Division be like, this is insane! What doesn't it do?
Okay.
What's going on with him?
Yeah.
All right, so I kind of... Your friends came and told me that your tiny friend there was going to murder some villagers with this piece of technology. So
what?
We had to program it so that it can't attack anything that doesn't attack your party first.
Seems reasonable.
It's got to do damage to your party, and then it can attack it.
Well, that's that's a good safety. But what if we have the advantage on a bad guy and we need him to attack? He can't.
We got
attack.
the advantage. We can attack.
What if we? Okay, we'll say we see like steam labbing Tyler, and he's like taking a bath in a lake, and we got him. And the only way we can get him is by flying with Dr. Deputy. He can't attack him because we're not being attacked.
Ivan can fly, and I can cast spells through him. It's fine.
It's
Thank
for
you
the greater
so much,
good.
Mr. Arthur. Thank you so much
great
for all
job.
of your help.
You did a great job.
This is fantastic.
Glad to help. I got maps in there for all of you set inside the carriage. So now that you know where you're going, you're going to go to the Barren Hills. So that'll take you along the way. You'll have to take an overnight on one side of the Impossible Lake. You can either stay in the woods or visit the Nameless Graveyard. That's always an option. That might be dangerous, but you're heroes, so you might be able to clear that out should that be so desired. But if you want to get there in 2 days, you're kind of going to need to go now.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think one of your drones could fly pants out to us on our way out there, or?
Just a second.
Okay.
Tubes, and another tube pops up, and he reaches into it, and you just hear a thunk of a pneumatic tube, and he takes out a canister and opens it up and just offers it to you, and there are pants inside it, Tyler.
Yeah,
Super. Thank you. And I'm not
series of
shy about it.
tubes. Yeah.
You guys have seen me change costumes backstage all the time. I just step into those pants, fasten them up. I'm like, okay, yeah, good.
So
these fit amazing. Thank you. Oh my God.
Oh, no problem. So I can give one of you the power of tubes for us to send messages back and forth. Who do you want that to be?
Me.
I point at Tyler.
I'll do it. I'm good at tubes. I can do it.
I should get it. I should put it on the record that I haven't said anything yet, but I was going to say I pointed Dell. So
I point at Tyler.
nobody gets a majority vote.
All right. So
unless New Rogue has
New Rogue
someone.
votes.
I was going to say 3 of you picked different versions of each other. I'm going to pick the chosen one. So he reaches out and just gives you a bracelet, New Rogue, that he slaps onto your ghostly wrist. And you both just look at it for a second, and he's like, and he rolls very high, so it lasts. And he goes, okay, I guess if it doesn't wrap the hand, maybe it'll work. I don't know, man, but you got that now, so okay. Try to get out there and save some people.
I will cherish this forever. Thank you, Mr. Arthur. I'll do my best not to let you down.
And you all climb into the carriage, and you're ready to set off for the Barren Hills. And that's when Denton Arthur opens the carriage door, and he leans in and just says, I understand you all seem to have your dramas that you're dealing with personally, that you may not always get along. Every other group that's come through here has either died or one of them are left. You may only have days together. You may only have hours. But as a man who lives alone in a village, having lost everything and the woman he loves, filling your life with robots ain't a good trade. Maybe you need to learn to work together so that if you're all going to die, at least you won't do it alone, like an old man in a town full of robots. And he closes the door, and the carriage pulls off and begins making its way towards the Barren Hills. And that's the end of the episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, Jahzzar, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Abe, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, Gus Schreider, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.